Welcome to the Scarlet Sitdown with Ellis and Josh, a daily Targum sports podcast dedicated to covering everything that goes on in Rutgers athletics. I'm the head sports editor, Ellis Gordon.
And I'm associate sports editor, Josh Meyers.
And in the Scarlet Sitdown, we're going to bring on a special guest every episode to discuss the hottest topics in Rutgers sports. Our first special guest of the new school year has been playing striker for the Rutgers women's soccer team for 4 years, has 21 career goals, 13 career assists during her time on the Banks, and currently this season leads the team with 6 goals. Allison Lowrey, how are you?
Hi, good. How are you guys?
Good,
Doing great. I'm having a good day so far.
Yeah, how are you guys' days?
Pretty good. No complaints.
I'm trying to think what I ate today. Oh, I had good General Tso chicken from the Livingston Dining Hall.
My highlight is I had a class outside because I was locked out or at least a class was locked out of a room at Rutgers, which I feel like is very typical.
Well, it's good weather though.
It wasn't a bad
Perfect
thing.
weather,
Nice
yeah.
weather. All right, let's get into it, Josh.
Yeah, so Allison, it's your senior year at Rutgers. Obviously, the season has already started, but what's something you did to prepare for your senior year playing forward for the Rutgers women's soccer team?
So I actually ended up getting a back surgery right before preseason started, and that's kind of what my spring looked like. I was having back issues. I herniated a disc, and it was pinching my nerve. So I couldn't walk for a little bit, and then I got some epidurals, and then we were getting ready. I was out practicing, I was ready to get into it, and I just felt a tweak in the nerve. I'm like, oh no. So I went to the surgeon, and he's like, all right, we're doing surgery this week. Got me in, and I was good to go, better than ever.
When did you get resume practicing after that?
So we come in and do captain's preseason before the coaches get here, so it's just a team. So I was able to do non-contact, so I was able to work on my fitness and get on the field a little bit before preseason actually started.
Against FDU this season, you scored a hat trick, and it was the nicest first hat trick since 2019. How cool of an accomplishment that is for you? Do you like to think about that stuff? Obviously, you're a forward, so score goals. But do you think about that stuff often, or?
So it's actually funny because I had no idea it was it had been that long since a hat trick was scored. I just played with such great players that I kind of figured that's something that was accomplished more often. But it was really cool. But I went into the game, I was kind of thinking about it. I'm like, what am I going to do today? And I scored the first goal. We were up 2-0. It was pretty early in the game. I'm like, I got a whole game left. Maybe I can get 2 more, and I did, and it was really cool. But yeah, I had one good game. But if you look at the rest of the season, take that game out, I have 3 goals. 2 of them are PKs. So I kind of just want to take that. And yeah, it was great, but I also want to see what else I can do. I want to be able to produce more on the field.
Yeah, hat tricks are cool. I'm a hockey guy.
Uh-huh.
I played soccer when I was a kid, but hat tricks are always so cool. I wish in soccer when a player gets a hat trick, in hockey they throw the hats on the ice.
Yeah,
I wish they did something like that, throwing a shoe on the field, something like that would be cool.
I played soccer. Well, I played in high school. I wasn't not nearly as good, but my one hat trick I still remember from 9th grade. I was or 8th grade. I was like, let's go.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it's a pretty cool accomplishment.
Yeah, I never scored a goal. I never scored a hat trick. I scored a goal in hockey. We've talked about this before on the podcast. I've scored a lot of goals, but I haven't scored a hat trick. So yeah, but and this is street hockey, of course. I couldn't play. I couldn't skate. So as the Big Ten season begins, what are some of your goals? Or just what are some of your goals for the team as they're playing a lot bigger opponents, a lot more competitive.
Some
opponents.
personal goals and also team goals.
Yeah, that too.
Team goals, I think we want to win every game from here on out. We had a rough start, not doing what we want to do, but we're coming out this season with a little bit different of an approach. The past 2-3 years, we've been the favorite to win, so now we're the underdogs a little bit. People are going to be underestimating us, and we kind of want to take advantage of that. For me, I just want to be able to help the team. I want to produce a lot, whether it's just scoring, whether it's assisting, or just creating space for others to score. I want to just have everybody have great games from here on out.
Yeah, and what is so we talked about the hat trick obviously against FTU, but is that your favorite moment as Rutgers as part of the program, or what is your favorite moment as part of the program?
Honestly, there's a lot of really cool moments. Some things in certain games stick out to me. One of my favorite moments was scoring the winning PK against TCU to send us to the Elite Eight in 2021. But there's been other really cool things. My favorite goal I've scored was sophomore year against Minnesota. I was just one of my teammates, Kylie, just played a ball over the top, and I just hit the volley, and that's kind of something that's stuck with me a lot.
Yeah, how was that run in 2021? You won the Big Ten championship. That's really cool. How was that run?
That was one of the coolest things ever to be a part of.
Yeah.
Everybody around campus was following us. We had so many people coming to our games, selling out our games. They had to find more places for people. just the support from everybody was the coolest thing ever. And we had so many home games. Like the stands were like the 12th man, and a lot of people came out to California to see us play. So that's something that I'll just never forget, and like we'll always appreciate that.
I think I called like 1 or 2 of those games, and it was like packed. I think it was crazy. But how like specifically how was the experience in California in the Final Four? What was that like?
It was really cool. I mean, there was some like things that were a little different than you'd see now because COVID was still kind of a thing. But we went there. They had like an arcade for us. Then we went to like a nice dinner. But it was so warm. It was freezing here. We get there and it's so warm, and we're like making sure to let everybody know like we're in tank tops right now. But it was cool because like we'd be doing study hall. And we're like, oh, we're gonna go out and sit in the sun, get a little tan. And our coaches were like, no, get inside, get in the shade. Like we got to stick to the game plan here. So it was just a really cool bonding experience. After the game, they had like banners like College Cup, Rutgers and stuff. They're like, don't take it, like don't touch it. And of course, some of the girls were like, I'm gonna take it because that's cool.
Yeah, I think so. That's a really cool moment. Like you can show it to your kids and be like, I did this, you know.
Well, we got caught.
Oh, you got caught?
So we're in the conference room after the game. We're all just kind of like, taking it in. Like, yeah, we made it. Like, we should be proud of ourselves. And then the coach gets the text like, who took the banner? And one of our players just stands up and whips it out. We all just die laughing.
Oh, that's funny.
Like, she wasn't in trouble or anything. Yeah. It was just funny because they said specifically, don't take it. And what she did, she took it.
I would have taken it. I mean, obviously, like I would have been like, I did it, and it was me.
Yeah,
come on, that's so cool.
Our equipment manager, Yuli, he's the best. He has one somehow in like the equipment room, and I don't know how he got it.
Is there any like superstitious on the team, like, or was it like don't take the banner because they told you not to, or don't take the banner because like you don't want to like?
Oh, we weren't supposed to. I guess they just wanted to keep the banner. Maybe for the next game. I don't know, but.
Alright. What's it been like working under head coach Mike O'Neill and the rest of the coaching staff? Obviously, head coach Mike O'Neill has been like a mainstay in the program for a while. So yeah.
Yeah. So actually, I've worked under Mike O'Neill since I was a freshman in high school. On PDA, he was my coach. And just every year, like, I noticed myself getting better and better. The way he sees the game is unreal. Like, he'll just be able to pick up on little things that I'm just like, how did you even notice that? And it's like, it helps a lot because it's like, oh, take a step to the left here, take a step to the right here. And like, he just paints the picture for you perfectly, and it's really cool. The rest of the staff is great. Really good people, really funny. We have some good times, and they're just very approachable people. You can ask them anything, go to them for anything. Yeah. So.
Yeah, I had a really funny interaction with Coach O'Neill a couple weeks ago. I interviewed him for the Targum, and so I had to go down the field. I was taken by the SID, and so I go up to him and I give him like a really weak handshake, and it's like it wasn't like tight at all, and he adjusted my handshake. Yeah, he adjusted my handshake and like made it like he squeezed my hand so to like mimic like you gotta squeeze it harder.
Yeah.
So and he was like showing me how to do a handshake, and then at the end of the interview, I gave him a better handshake, of course, and he gave like dapped me up and gave me like a nice hug. So it was really cool. It was a touching moment for me. I was like, oh,
learn how to handshake properly.
Learn how to handshake from a Big Ten soccer, which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
So it's your 4th year on the Banks. Do you feel like you've had to enter a mentor role for some of these freshmen? You're a senior now, so yeah.
Obviously, being a senior, I've had experiences that obviously freshmen, sophomores don't have. I'm kind of like a little bit more unique in my class because I've had experiences where I didn't get into the game as much, and I've had experiences where I was in for a little longer and now I'm a starter. And it's useful. I can use my experience to help girls who are in the positions that I was, because it's not always easy. You always want to be out there helping your team, but sometimes it's not what the team needs, and you kind of just have to deal with like the emotions of it and stuff. So I'm able to like give them a different perspective because I've been there and I understand where they're coming from.
Are there any relationships that like really stand out? You know, it's you've been here for a long time. Is there any like relationships, any like really close connections you've made throughout your time on the Banks?
Honestly, the team is so close, so open. You walk into the locker room and you're just hearing a story, like just nobody cares who hears anything. It's really cool to be a part of, because like some of our girls who have transferred to other teams are like, we don't have that same experience, and that's something I'm very grateful for, because we say we're like a family, but we actually mean it. So.
Yeah. And then you're a senior too, so like, do you have any plans for soccer outside this year? You're not sure yet. You're still like, to take options or.
So my class is the last class that has a 5th year. What am I going to do with that? I don't know.
Yeah.
But, I would like to play pro for a few years if my body holds up, just because I think that's something that I would enjoy. I don't want to go into the real world yet either, but that kind of scares me.
Yeah, me too.
But I think that's something, like, I've worked all my life for this, like, why not go for a few more years?
Yeah, I know Rutgers does a lot. I mean, no pressure on you, but like Carly Lloyd. I mean, she went to Rutgers, obviously.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's
Allison Lowrey, Carly Lloyd.
Yeah. I mean, obviously, like, no pressure, but I personally think you're good enough to go to that level. So.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Some non-soccer related questions, just like, campus related questions, I guess we'll call them. We've been asking everyone who's been on here, what's your favorite place, to eat around New Brunswick?
Well, if you check my bank account, you'll see that I'm a big fan of Chipotle.
Oh, me too.
That's
I had it a couple weeks ago, like a week ago. What am I saying?
I'm there way too much. I love it. We'll like cater it for our games after too.
Oh man, yes.
So I go there a lot. I'm also a big fan of Pliables and Honey Grill.
Yeah, me too.
Now I live right next to Pliables on mine, so I like always like go there now because it's like it's just too close to me. I'm spending too much money, but it is really good.
It's so good.
Yeah, what's your go-to at Chipotle? I can tell you mine.
Chipotle. So I like to get like bigger bowls so that like I can get multiple meals out of it.
Is it bulking, or is it to like not bulking, but is it to get like a lot of energy?
More or less. I sometimes I get like triple protein. Like everyone always makes fun of me. They're like, oh yeah, you're going to Chipotle. You're gonna get triple steak, triple chicken.
Athletes need it. Listen, athletes need their protein.
Yeah.
You guys.
What do you get, Josh? Do you
what
get
do I get?
Steak?
No, what I get is of course rice. I get pinto beans, not black beans. I'm a pinto guy.
Beans, you're a beans guy?
I am a beans guy. beans good for the heart. And then, what else? I get chicken. I get extra corn. I like the corn.
Extra corn?
The corn is so good and sweet there at Chipotle. It's so sweet and good, and it's scrumptious. And what else do I get? I get lettuce usually. I like the guac, and I get like a little cheese. Not in that order, of course. I always get my guac last because it's like a good topping. But I love Chipotle. Oh man, I'm so glad you like it too. It's really great there. So
I get the I try to go for like the little extra chicken. I'm like, can you like toss on
more?
It's good
Maybe
chicken.
not charge me.
Yeah, exactly. But no, I like that order, Josh.
Yeah, definitely.
It's good. It's a solid order.
It's a solid order. For sure.
And then you mentioned like how everyone like is talking in the locker room. Do you guys play music before games or after games? And like what's like the playlist looking like? Who does aux? Or like you guys not a music team?
Honestly, you never know what you're gonna get when you walk into that locker room. Kylie, Riley, they're always up. They're always dancing. They're always on aux. So they play like the weirdest music ever. But it gets them hyped up. They're like dancing in the locker room. We're all kind of just staring at them like, I mean, you do you.
Yeah. Is there any song or any artist that you guys like really listen to?
So me and Kylie used to turn the lights off in the locker room. We had a disco ball and we'd play shots.
Oh, yeah.
We had this whole routine for like all the games. We would do it, but it got like exhausting. Like we have like our GPS trackers and stuff in. We're like, oh, thank goodness we're wearing this for like what we're doing right now because it was exhausting, but it got like everybody going and stuff. It was really fun.
That's cool.
Personally, I would be bumping some Olivia Rodrigo. I like the album. I read your review about the Olivia Rodrigo album. I thought it was really good, but I also I really like Get 'Em Back. I really like that song. So if it was me, obviously if I played college soccer or professional soccer, I would be bumping some of the new Olivia Rodrigo, especially if it was like recent times. But if it was like a couple years ago, I'd probably be bumping some Green Day personally.
You're greatly like Green Day.
I'm a huge Green Day guy.
I didn't know that. No, I didn't know that.
Oh well, now you do. Green Day is a good band. I love Green Day.
Honestly, like when we're on the bus and stuff, like when I work out, I listen to the slowest music ever. Like if anybody was gonna like listen to like what I was listening to, they'd be like, turn this off. Like I listen to like a lot of Zach Bryan. It's like a lot of slow music.
Zach Bryan.
I kind of just sit there like get in the mood and like.
No, yeah, I get that. I have like two, like either I listen to like trap, but also I listen to like indie, like Noah Khan, Zach Bryan stuff, and then like I'm always like sometimes I'm like, why am I listening to this?
Yeah,
it's like too slow. But like also like,
is Zach Bryan isn't Zach Bryan country?
He's like folk. No, he's not. He's like folk country.
Technically, yeah.
So he is country. I was right.
Yeah.
I'm not a country guy.
I wouldn't say he's like country. I don't know if that makes sense.
Kind of like his own category.
Yeah.
They put him under country, but like.
He's a mixture. Yeah. Good. All right. Thank you for watching or listening to the Scarlet Sit Down with Ellis and Josh. your podcast for everything Rutgers athletics. Thank you, Allison, for coming on, and good luck rest of the season. Don't forget to follow Scarlet Sitdown on Spotify and YouTube at The Daily Targum and Instagram at Scarlet Sitdown RU. And head to your Sec Field on Bush campus to watch Allison and support the Rutgers women's soccer team. Stay tuned for more podcasts in the coming weeks.